Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hoping everybody's staying warm. This Sunday, February the 1st, this is season 2, episode 5. Season 2, episode 5. And this week here, we're going to do things a little different. I got my notes. So we're going to start off with the announcements first. And we are going to recognize Black History Month. And what I decided, I went online, I did an online search for 28 Black community leaders in Tampa. It came back with a list. Some of the people on the list are not Black, but they had them on the list because of, I guess, the contributions that they made for Black people. So what I'm going to do is each day, I'm going to pick out one and basically find out whatever information is online about that one individual, and I'll repost it each morning, included with Progress Village News. So today I did Gwen Myers. Tomorrow I'm gonna do Diane Hart. But like I said, that's the list that was on the internet. My list, I'm gonna basically pick it from there. And if you can think of somebody else you think that I should shine the light on, get in contact with me and let me know. But like I said, it's 28 people on the list. And I can think of some people that are not on the list. But like I said, as I have time to do my research and look into it, I probably will be adding other names. But at the same time, I just wanted to do spread the spotlight on one individual at a time. So like I said, today I started it off with Gwen Myers because she was on the list that came back once I did my internet search. So since she was on the list, I decided to start with her because if you're in Progress Village or you're in this area, she's a county commissioner over District 3. And we are in District 3, and she's over District 3. So I decided to start off with her. And like I said, tomorrow, I will be starting off with Diane Hart, whom I met at one of the conference stations when they had the hurricane conference stations at the big park. I actually met her with Mr. Bowles. Me and Mr. Bowles was together. So So like I said, if I see your comment, I will respond to it. But if I don't, I can't. Because I'm just being honest, I'm not familiar with this software just yet. But if I see your comment, I will do my best to respond. Because as you can see, I have my phone with me and I have my iPad with me at the same time. So if you comment and I see it, I will respond. But if not, I respond at a later date. But I want to start everything off with the announcements. Normally, I do the announcements when I think about it, but basically, I want to start everything off with the announcements, and then we'll move into the recap of the community meeting which we had at Emmanuel P. Johnson. I want to say thanks again to Hillsborough County Parks and Recreation and Tasha Mingo for being the one that was the glue that made it come to pass to where we could be able to go up there and host our meeting at Emmanuel P. Johnson. I got in contact with Tasha, and she was the one that facilitated everything to where we could be able to go up there and host our meetings. So thank you. And community announcement. First, I want to shine a light on the first Mosque, which is Mosque 47. This is the first mosque in the Progress Village community. So it is available to anybody in surrounding areas, but the first mosque in Progress Village is Mosque 47, and student minister Chad Muhammad is one of the ministers at that mosque. And what they have going on is Sunday at 11 o'clock, they have lecture. If you're interested in participating or just seeing what they got going on, I would encourage you to go. I've been, and I was impressed. Like I said, they have Sunday lecture at 11. They have a study group on Wednesday at 7:30. Sunday, they have a study. Let me get this right. Wednesday, they have study group at 7:30. And Friday, they have a self-improvement class at 7:30. You can get in contact with Chad Muhammad, and he will be able to give you all the information that you can need. But they have 3 things going on during the week. They have the lecture at 11 o'clock on Sunday. They have a study group on Wednesday at 7:30. And then they have a self-improvement class on Friday at 7:30. I have not been to the study group, and I have not been to the self-improvement class, but it is on my agenda to go. And once I go, I can tell y'all my experience about going to that. And another person I want to shine a light on, because she's been coming up in my live, in my feed, is Marquita Robinson. Anybody from Progress Village, Marquita Robinson, this is JJ cousin. And she has Thrive and Shine on Thursdays at 6:30 live on Facebook. She also has a group to where you can learn. And to me, I'm just being honest, mental health in the Black community is overlooked by a lot of people. And when I tell you, my thing is, everybody have mental issues or things that, they don't really know how to handle, or things they may need to be able to cope, to have a relaxing, and to be able to live life to the fullest. Because with me growing up, I always suppressed whatever it was, it got suppressed. I didn't have nobody I could talk to about it. I didn't want to talk to nobody about it because I didn't want to seem soft or anything like that. So this is a good space to where if you wanted to let loose and you wanted to relieve and get that pressure off your chest, because remember, pressure busts pipes. This is a good place to talk to and go to and, learn. And she can forward you to, if you need deeper help or you need more connections, she'll be able to help you with that. But that's Thrive and Shine on Thursday, and is at 6:30, and that's a Facebook Live. Facebook Live. We have youth basketball at Emmanuel P. Johnson. Youth basketball at Emmanuel P. Johnson is on Saturday. I think they practice on Thursday, and then Saturday they have a game. I haven't made it to one yet, but I do plan on attending one of the youth basketball games or several. Because when I do go, I'm letting you know now, I will record it, I'll go live, and I will be able to show y'all what the kids are doing up there at Emmanuel P. Johnson pertaining to basketball, fellowshipping, hanging together, and just being socialized with other kids. We have Movie in the Park, which is February the 20th. February the 20th is Movie in the Park at the Big Park, a.k.a. Progress Village Park. Movie in the Park will be held there at 6:30. If you're looking to volunteer, please get in contact with Raheem Douglas or Tasha Mingo at Emmanuel P. Johnson, and they'll be able to put you to work. And I know this is a little early, you may think, but I want to keep this on the announcement, is the Lady Venom Ryderz. The Lady Venom Ryderz have a community cleanup, which is where they go down Progress Village Boulevard to Falkenberg, and they come all the way back up to 78th Street. They clean that stretch up, both sides, and they're going to be doing that on April the 26th. You're interested in participating with that, you can get in contact with Caution. I have her number, and if you're interested, get in contact with me, or if you look at some of my posts, I probably have her number posted, and you will be able to get in contact with her on that. Then we have Whigham Family Kitchen. I don't know what it is about Whigham Family Kitchen, but I have created a bond with them. They showed up to the community meeting, and when she showed up to the community meeting, she brought a mom with her. Her mama used to be one of the directors at Aging Services before Mr. Tammy, before Mr. Terrence and Miss Tammy. She was one of the directors at Aging Services in Progress Village. So if you're a senior and you have been to Aging Services, you probably know Miss Whigham. These are her kids, her son and her daughter. Decided to open up a food truck. They got a business together. Half of it is basically a catering, sweet treats, sweet cakes or something. And I know it's Daddy Pig, but all together they come together and they have built Whigham Family Kitchen. Go up there, support them. They're there Friday at 5 o'clock. And I think they open up on Saturday at 11. No, they open up at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, Saturday from 12 to 7, and Friday from 5 to 8. Whigham Family Kitchen. And like I said, they came to the community meeting and they told us about their business, and they also bought lemon pound cake. Some people got more than one slice, but that is okay. And Power Cycle and Fitness Studio. I'm gonna attempt to start going back to Power Cycle and Fitness Studio. But like I said, I was having other issues where I was being dizzy on the bicycle. So that's one of the main reasons why I stopped going. But you should be able to participate and help them out with that. Well, them basically some of the announcements. And like I said, once again, them are the announcements that I have for this week meeting. We will be having a community meeting this month. I don't know when, and at the moment, I don't know where. I'm going to do my best to try to keep it at Emmanuel P. Johnson for this Tuesday because we can't get a fixed date until March. March, we'll be able to get a fixed date. I'll probably get in contact with Tasha and get in and see what's going on with that. I would like to have either a Monday or Tuesday, the second week. The Monday or Tuesday, the second week, or the second Monday or Tuesday of the month. I would like to have that. I'm really not keen to Monday because when football season starts back up, everybody's going to be rushing, I know I'm going to be rushing, trying to get back to watch the football game. But I will get in contact with Tasha. We'll sit down and we'll see what's available, and I'll come up with. But I know this month is on the fence. But next month, we'll have a permanent date, and we'll be on the books, and that's what's going on for us next month. And basically, the recap from this week community meeting. All together, I think we had 12 people show up to the meeting. And every time I think about that 12, I think about somebody else who had 12 people show up. You know. But we had 12 people show up to the meeting, and the 12 people that showed up to the meeting, when I tell you they were engaging, they were very engaging. They had a lot of good ideas for us how to get in contact with people who are not on social media. So they came up with an idea about a newsletter. And I guess with the newsletter, that's something when we pass it out in the community, that's something we could do with that. And you know how that go. That'd be probably something we set up once a month where we go out and pass out the newsletter. We'll probably also have a digital version of the newsletter. And anybody, we would encourage you to share it with your neighbors and, pass it on or text it out, the newsletter. But that's something that was brought up during the meeting, and we're in the process of trying to bring that to pass and, get started on that. And we also, after the meeting, we're going to have somebody we already have somebody that's designated to do it, but we will be reaching out to Agent Services. I'll probably go talk to Mr. Terrence tomorrow and see what would be a good day for us to start going up there and giving them the highlights from the meeting to the people at Agent Services And eventually, you know, some of them will make an attempt to make it to the meetings. They want to participate. And the ones who do, you know, we'll do our best to get them there and to get them back home. But that was one of the highlights from the meeting. And everybody basically introduced themselves. We had Mosque 47 show up, which was from the village. Chad Muhammad and his secretary show up. She was over the communications. Tasha Mingo was there. She stayed there the whole time. Even though she said she wasn't going to be there, she was there. She gave us homework, which is okay. And Whigham Family Kitchen was there. And we really didn't go into details about a lot. The biggest thing that we went into detail about is basically getting information to the city. We already have a plan for how we're going to do that. We just basically got to come together and execute it. We already got that set up as a way to where we're going to get the information to the people who's not on social media. And like I said, that's going to be the Dream Team. And we're coming up with some Dream Team shirts and whatnot. So when we see us out there in a red shirt and it say Dream Team on the front, you already know what time it is. These are the people we're going to go out there. We're basically just going to be collecting information, seeing what senior is interested in what we got going on, and seeing what seniors need. And we're going to do our best to connect them with whatever county department that could assist them, help them, or whatever. We basically, and I know it's other communities and I know it's other departments that do that, but when we out there, if we see a need and somebody telling us they need assistance, we're going to do our best to correct them. I mean, to help them get in the right direction for us communicating with the white department. Because I got a partner right now, he's looking for a job. And one thing that he's experienced is looking for a job is the day of going to a place, filling out an application, the days of doing that is over with. So if you're not computer illiterate, you're going to have trouble. And what I mean by that is they send you a link. They want you to go online. They want you to submit your resume. And if you're not, like I said, if you're not familiar with a computer, that's going to be a problem. And like I said, a lot of people who just coming home and like I say, don't have them type of basic computer skills, they ain't going to really get it. Because even with Hillsborough County, they have a form that if you want to complain about something or if you see a road damage in the road, it's a form you got to fill out versus calling. And you can fill out that form and submit it, and then they'll get back in contact with you and call you. But if you're not computer savvy enough to do that, which a lot of seniors are not, you're going to have problems with doing that. And another thing, next Sunday, this live will be pre-recorded just because of the Super Bowl. I'm gonna probably record. I don't even know what the topic going to be, but I'm gonna try to have the topic in line with Black History Month. I'm gonna do something pertaining to Black History Month, and I'm gonna have it in line. And like I said, today we recognize Wynn Myers. Tomorrow we're gonna recognize Diane Hart. And like I said, if it's somebody in the community that you think we should recognize and mention them, let me know, and I'll go through the list because we only got 28 days. So we got to come up with 28 people. I have a list of 28 people. And like I said, some of them people on the list, I can just pick one from there. That's how I got Gwen. Gwen was the first name on the list. So Gwen got picked. Tomorrow it's going to be Diane Hart. I don't know who was going to get picked for Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know. But like I said, we got 28 days. And if it's somebody that you would like to recommend, come on with it. Especially if they're on the list, you can still recommend it, because the way I'm looking at it right now, just because you're on the list does not mean we're going to highlight you just because you're on the list. But like I said, if somebody bring it up, we're going to highlight you. It's a doctor on the list. I don't even know who the person is, but a couple of people was like, we glad, salute, and, you know, thanks, she's been doing her thing. So she will probably be getting mentioned Wednesday just because of the feedback that I've been seeing on the post. she's gonna probably more likely get mentioned Wednesday. Just like Diane Hart. I listen to Diane Hart every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. Like Robin Lockett. She not on there. I'm gonna probably bring her up and highlight Robin Lockett as well. But I'm just saying, if you can think of somebody, or if it's somebody you want me to pay attention to and check it out, put it in the post. You can get in contact with me and we'll move from there. So basically, like I was saying with the meeting, we really decided what we're going to do. And like I said, we have 3 projects going on with the meeting. That's the news, that's being able to have a newsletter when we're going out into the community, getting in contact with the residents who are not on social media. And if anybody want to be a part of that, please get in contact with me. Please come to the meeting and we can get you on the list. Because like I say, we have a list. We also have a chat group. If you want to be part of the chat group and get in contact with me. But one thing about it, you cannot be part of the chat group until you come to, guess how many meetings? 1. All you got to do is come to 1 meeting and you'll get put into the chat group. So if you want to be part of the chat group, just let us know. And when you come to that 1 meeting, we'll include you in the chat group. Because the Lady Venom Ryderz, what they've been doing on Progress Village Boulevard, that's something they've been doing. And I'm telling you, the meeting is very educational. When I tell you the meeting is very educational, Whigham Family Kitchen, they came to the meeting and they was able to talk to Tasha Mingo during the meeting. They didn't have to wait later. Tasha Mingo gave them all the information that they needed for them to be able to be a vendor for Hillsborough County. Any type of Hillsborough County Parks event is a process, and there's certain things you got to have to be a vendor. That's why I said come to the meeting. She'll be there. That's the first person you need to talk to. She'll tell you everything you need to do. Because one thing that I hear a lot of whenever I host an event, everybody want to come sell barbecue. Everybody want to do this. But if you're not clear and if you don't have whatever Hillsborough County needs you to have, you cannot vend at a Hillsborough County park. Most of them, matter of fact, 99.9% of my events have been at Hillsborough County Park. So if that's something that you want to do and you want to be able to legitimately vend at the event, you need to come to the meeting and find out the process, get it started, find out what you need to do to be able to list that they got. You're not even supposed to have a bounce house on Hillsborough County Park unless you're on the list for bounce houses. So that's something that a lot of people do not know. I'm just trying to educate you and inform you on that. Because like I said, I know a lot of people get in their feelings and in their ways when they want to come to an event that I'm hosting and they want to sell this or they want to do this. And I tell them you can't. Because one thing about it, this is something I know. So it's not like I'm going to slide you in there and I know that you need to go through them to be able to come to the event, even though it's on Hillsborough County Park, even though it's my event, you still have to go through them and be able to vend on Hillsborough County Parks, which is okay. It's a process. You do what they got to do. And then if I'm hosting an event to where we need a vendor, then guess what? You'll be on the list and you'll be in consideration for it. But like I said, you have to go through the process. And like I said, when you go to the meeting, you're going to be able to, I guess, I'm going to basically call it networking, because that's basically the type of thing that it was when we was there. Like I said, Robin, one of the people who came to the meeting, they needed Robin to come to their school for career day. Robin tell us she's going to go to somebody's school for career day. They were brought together through Robin. When I tell you about Robin going to volunteer. If you let Robin know and Robin available, Robin going to be there. That's all you got to do is let her know she going to be there. When I tell you for the cookout, Robin was over the food. And when Robin was over the food, I didn't have to worry about nothing. I didn't have to go back there. I ain't have to clean up nothing. I ain't have to do nothing. Robin put it like this here. The concession stand, it looked better when we left than when we came. And I'm going to leave it like that. Robin did a good job of taking care of business, moving the line, and feeding the people that was at the cookout. But like I said, all you have to do is come to the meeting and build relationships and build connections. And like I said, participate. When I tell you, it was so much engagement at the meeting to where I didn't even really know how to handle it. Because in the beginning, I was like, I don't know what we're going to do. But once everybody basically stood up and said who they were, and then when we shot the points on, okay, how can we communicate with people that are not on social media? When I tell you they were finding them ideas by. I'm posting the live, I'm posting the recording. I'm posting the recording of the community event. I'm gonna post it in 2 places. I'm gonna post it on PV for Life. So if you're not a member of PV for Life, please join PV for Life on Facebook. And I'm also posted on my personal page, which is Sean Bell Sr. I'm gonna post the live recording from the community meeting we had January 28th. And you just listen to that and you'll be able to hear for yourself how they was engaging. They had good ideas. And like I said, everybody who came to that meeting, that's why I tell you, you don't want people to just, some people just, which is okay. Some people is there to just see what's going on. But we need people who's able to participate and do the 10 toes down. 10 toes down, 10 fingers down, get on your knees, however you need to do it. We need that. And like I said, I really felt like the 12. Remember now, the 12 that we had, I feel like that was the best 12 that we could have had, especially for our first meeting. And like I said, no matter what happens, they're going to always be the first 12 that showed up. And as I tell you, you know, like I know somebody else who walked around with 12. So. Okay, and also I had a couple of people and a couple of organizations that are on Facebook. And I would encourage you to follow them and their pages. And this is another attempt and a way to stay informed on what's going on in the community. And one of them is the Lady Venom Ryderz. I will post them. I'll probably post them in the feed. I'll have a link to them in the feed, but go and sign up, go and join the Lady Venom Ryderz. Check out the PV for Life group, which I already said, and then like and follow Chad Muhammad. Follow Chad Muhammad. He's from Progress Village. He's one of the ministers at Mosque 47, which is the first mosque in Progress Village. Nikisha Jones, follow her. She's part of the mosque. Tasha Mingo, her and Lisa Wright, follow both of them. They're putting together a lot of what I would call specialized, customized packages, gifts for your sweethearts for Valentine's Day. They're doing a lot of little special knickknacks for them, and they can customize them to whoever you're trying to give them to. And like I said, all of it's sweet now. So if you're a diabetic, don't go. Don't go, because you'll probably be in a coma or shock or whatever. And I don't know if they got anything sugar-free, but I'm quite sure you can ask them. And if they got some sugar-free, they'll probably be able to help you. But Tasha Mingo and Lisa Wright, for the sweet tea, people with a sweet tooth, them the two you need to holler at. And also, this is my partner, Chef Lewis. Check him out. I cannot give you the schedule that he goes to work, because he, like a lot of Americans, they go to work when they want to go to work. So follow Chef Lewis, and he'll be able to post his menu and get in contact with you when he can. And another person that y'all can look up is Sidney Simpson. He's a young pastor. He used to have a church going on 60. He done moved out there in Plant City. I done been there once. I don't even think I've been there none this year, but I have been to service there once. And I'm not saying that it's just because I'm busy, but a lot of times when it get to the weekend, I be tired because I be having a lot going on. Like tomorrow, I have a workshop that I got to go to tomorrow. And with the weather being the way it is, outside ain't where I want to be at right now. So tonight we basically finna end this because I know the Pro Bowl or how that thing they got going on is coming in. But just like I say, stay informed, be prepared. I will keep you updated with the next community meeting. And next week, podcast will not be live. I'm gonna put it out at 7 o'clock. It's just that it won't be live. It'll be pre-recorded for next week. And I'm doing that just because of the Super Bowl. But just like I said, you can get in contact with me. You have any ideas or suggestions pertaining to what we got going on for Black History Month. And like I said, I'm just basically going to highlight a person from Tampa, a community leader from Tampa. I'm going to highlight one a day for the 28 days. And like I said, if you know somebody would like to be in consideration, just get in contact with me and we'll make it happen. Other than that, stay warm. If you got somebody up there in the Panhandle, check on your family and good night.